Hey, so thanks for the reply. Um, I just watched your video, about the neurotic search for fulfillment. Um, Reminded me of, there's a song by Erica Badu. I think it's on her latest album, or I don't know, maybe the last one, the one before that. Anyway, in that album, there's this weird monologue in which he says, um, the human brain is, the human consciousness works on a frequency, and there are two different frequencies. One is of fear, and the other is of love. And love is a fast frequency, and fear is a slow one. And of course, apathy is just a almost flat frequency. Um, Now, yeah, I'm feeling kind of, a little bit apathic these days. Um, but the thing is that, basically, it's not. I'm not an idiot. I know that there's no such thing as a state of bliss. Um, and you know, one thing I've often said is that it's like happiness. People talk about achieving, well, sure, I guess it's kind of like bliss. Um, and that's a load of crap. I mean, and you know what? I personally think that if Buddha says that he's reached bliss, then I think he's a fucking douchebag. I don't think that's true. Um, and anybody else that says that, you're 100% right. It's not natural. Not only is it not natural, it doesn't seem to be possible. It's exactly right. Everything he said. Whatever you do, your body evens it out. However, rich or secure or loved you may be, that just becomes the norm, and then you go, okay, uh, everything's normal. Why are things boring? It's like you get used to new standards. It's like a computer game. You know, just imagine, say you're playing Dangerous Dave or Super Mario, and there's only one level, right? So you just play that level over and over and over again. Um, you know, uh, does it really matter? No. So you're playing the same level, whatever. But, you know, basically, I predict that if there was only one level in Super Mario, then you would play it once, you'd have fun. You'd play it again, you might even have more fun. But soon enough, you'll start playing it with less will, more slowly, more, until you just kind of slow down and say that's the only thing you have on your computer, and say your computer is your life. Then eventually you just stop. Um, and the whole point, computer games, they really do kind of, in a way, simulate, something out of our flavor for life. I mean, their whole purpose, especially the old ones that were made to make us stick money in slot machines. Before our time, I guess. But you know, what they were made to do was give us a will for more, to do more. It's like in life, a taste for life. So, you know, whatever. So you go up by on the levels, and every time you reach a certain level, it just becomes, that's just the level you're in. You can't give yourself pleasure by passing it. Not pleasure of pride, not pleasure of mystery and discovery. Nothing. The only way you're gonna, have any sort of satisfaction. I'm not saying satisfaction. I'm not saying bliss. I'm just saying some satisfaction, some bliss, is to go up to the next level. Um, I also I have no delusion about being. I have no delusion about being a finding a job that that'll just be. I'll wake up every morning with a smile, watch the birds chirping outside and sing myself a song in Jamaican and just, skip over to work. No, that's not gonna happen. Um, you're right. Um, but there's still some merit to having a job that's not a dead end job. A job that there are levels to reach. That I can still have that little thing of feeling like I'm pushing myself forward, like feeling like I'm making something of myself. And I also know that I could be kind of, I'm a mellow person. Truth is, I don't get that excited about stuff. I don't get, I mean, as in reality, sometimes I may seem like it. But I could be mellow on the verge of depression and frustration, or I could be mellow on the verge of on the verge of hard work and on the verge of adventure. Which also has its negative sides, but I think it's better. So yeah, like fuck Gandhi. I don't know. I haven't heard what was so great about what he said. Maybe you can enlighten me. Or Buddha or whatever. Um, I'm not an idealist, but a dude's gotta you know have some flavor to life, and it shows up. Um, yeah, cool. So, uh, what was that? Indian religions? Did you say? Was that it? Indian religions of India and Japan and China. Dude, that is really interesting. Fucking hey, man, that's awesome. I would have loved to learn that. I mean, hey, one thing I don't get is like I was in India. I've been there, and so I got a little bit of an idea of their religion, kind of. Well, don't even know if you can call it religion. Not in the sense that it's not like religious enough, but it's just not one religion. It's more like an attitude towards religion that they all have different stuff about. Um, but the Japanese thing with is it like the Indian thing, like the whole Shinto thing with everything having its godly spirit, cause. Uh, and in India, they're not exactly Buddhists, right? And they're not exactly. I mean, Confucius was just a thinker, right? I don't know. Sounds really interesting. And you know what? That's every single place I ever go to. I even brought this up at this school that I am learning towards architecture, and I always say, why are we so busy just studying the West? I mean, god damn, it's not so fucking impressive, you know. So what? So like, fucking white people, made the world, took over the world because they figured out how to abuse guns and oil for the last, couple hundred years. They didn't invent humanity. It's fucking absurd. So that's awesome. And I know what you're gonna say, that I look white, but I mean, if you really look at it, if you just, I'm not actually white. I'm Jewish. You can see if you really kind of try to figure it out. I have pale skin, but the features are a whole weird thing. I'm Jewish, so yeah, I can hate on white white culture. Not hate, but Anyway, cheers. Uh, all right, peace, man.